Ashley. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce our three speakers today. They're from my other favorite volunteer organization, which is the Junior League of Peoria. So with us are Laura Presley. Laura is the Junior League president for 2025 and 27. She's also NPI team leader at Caterpillar. And I have learned so much from Laura over the years. She knows everything there is to know about the league. Julie Waldschmidt is Junior League of Peoria Director of Community Impact for the 25-27 year
time period.
Thank you. And she is Managing Broker at Waldland Corporation. And Nicole Bruns is Community Outreach Chair for the league for the 24-26 time period, and she's an Account Director at Semantle. I'll turn it over to you, ladies.
Pretty good. All right, so I'll give you some faces to the name. So I'm Laura Presley, and then Nicole Bruns is here, and then Julie Waldschmidt. And thank you for letting us come to speak with you today about the Junior League of Peoria. We are very excited because we are celebrating our 90th year serving the Peoria community. We have many celebrations planned throughout the year, culminating in our celebration in September, our 90th on 9/19. So we are very excited to celebrate that this year.
There's an on-off switch on the side.
Oh, that would do it.
There we go.
All right.
So I thought I'd give just like a little brief background about the Junior League of Peoria if you're not aware. The Junior League of Peoria has been serving the Peoria area for over 90 years through projects such as the Peoria Playhouse Children's Museum, Kids in the Kitchen, Race for the Cure, and Julep's Closet, plus many more. I think we have over 100. We are established in 1936. We play an integral part in the development, improvement, and support of the Peoria community. We are one of hundreds of Junior League chapters around the world as a member of the Association of Junior Leagues International. Our mission, sorry fellas, we are a women's only organization. Our association's mission is to advance women's leadership for meaningful community impact through volunteer action, collaboration, and training, and is committed to breaking down barriers that hinder women from achieving success. As I said, we're one of many 296 leagues. They are having their 125th anniversary this year, and 1.9 million women have been empowered by the association. Our mission here in Peoria is we make confident women leaders empowered to lead. We develop our women through encouragement, collaboration, networking, volunteering, and training to impact our community. And then right now, our strategy for impact is youth mental health. We started working on this last year fully. 2024, we picked this as our topic for what we are going to work on with the Junior League. We change our impact issue every so many years, depending upon how our mission is going at the time. And then once we finish a project, we hand it over to the community. So that's why you see our name all over town. We always joke that you can't throw a rock in Peoria without hitting one of our past community works out in the community. So like, as I said, the Playhouse, Family House, Crittenden Centers. We've had portions from the Center of Prevention of Abuse, just all over the place. We've had an impact on this community. And so our newest issue that we're working on is youth mental health. And our goal is to increase advocacy and access and capacity to youth mental health in the Peoria area. We're doing that through direct service. We have our Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods program, which Nicole's going to talk about in a little bit. We also have grants that we are giving to the Peoria area schools, which Julie is going to talk about a little bit more. We work with other organizations. We're working with the Heart of Illinois United Way, Carl Health, OSF, and the Peoria Playhouse. Capacity building, we expanded and did Healthy Minds programming at the Children's Home Association of Illinois. And then advocacy and public awareness, we are part of the Illinois State Political Action Committee, or ILSPAC as we call it. Julie's going to talk about that in a little bit as well. So right now we have 240 league members, 40 actives, ranging from 5 different generations, so a lot of different women in our league. And as I said, we have over 100 impact projects throughout the community. So why youth mental health? Why did we pick this issue? So we looked at the community's assessment that the Heart of Illinois or the United Way puts out every so many years. And we looked at what our community was needing, and we saw, especially after 2020, the need for access to youth mental health services, and that kids were struggling. So that's why we chose that. We also know that youth mental health disorders can lead to other problems. They can lead to other health problems. So it's an important thing to try to make an impact on. Access to care is not just a financial problem. It's also just there's not enough access or people out there that can provide mental health care in our community. So from the community's assessment, you can see here how many providers we have in our different counties, and it's pretty lacking, especially in Woodford County. So finding ways to give access to people is very important. We also have our changing trends of how kids communicate now. Kids are on social media more, and social media, it's much easier to say horrible things when you're behind a screen than to somebody's face. So that is impacting children's mental health much more than ever before. So they're seeing a lot of trends of it going up. You can see the different trends here of how these kids are feeling more social isolation, and how much screen time they're having, which is a lot of screen time. So I'm probably just as guilty. Though my work computer doesn't count. They make me do that. Our social behaviors also lead to some suicidal behaviors have gone up because of social media and things that our children are dealing with. And it's scary to think about our children thinking about or contemplating suicide, and those rates have gone up in Tazewell County. They did go down from 2020 in Peoria County, which is good, but there's still pretty high rates of youth considering suicide. And then, as I said, bullying has gone up for our children. As you can see here, this is the number of kids that said they have experienced bullying, which is very high, nearly 50% in some cases. So I'm going to pass it over to Nicole so she can talk about how we're trying to make a dent in this issue with our Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods program.
Yeah, so as Laura mentioned earlier, the Heart of Illinois United Way is who started this program. They started the Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods program back in 2016, and we started partnering with them in 2024. So we've done, I think, like 13 sessions in the last year and a half, and we're doing a few more this spring. So the mission of this program is to strengthen children, families, and communities by teaching coping skills. Their goal is to educate, engage, and equip local community members with teach me what to do strategies that promote positive behavior for social emotional health. Their vision is working together to build resilient communities, and the audience is really parents, guardians, grandparents, caregivers, anyone, neighbors, anyone that's really around and influencing children. So the program focuses on 5 different social emotional topics. So the United Way has a lot of materials that they've developed around each of these topics. So self-regulation, decision-making, self-awareness, building relationships, and social awareness are the 5 topics, and we've tried to cover 1 to 2 topic per session that we have, but each series of sessions, we cover all of them. So everyone's welcome to either come to one, come to all. So we've definitely had some repeat visitors, which has been great. So there's a few pictures up here from some of our sessions. It's very casual setting. Like I said, we typically cover 1 to 2 topics, and we really kind of run the session in a way where, we start with introductions. We want everyone to kind of go around and say, how many children do they have or that they're caring for, what their ages are, so everyone kind of knows what everyone is here for. And then we do have a PowerPoint presentation. We go through some slides with materials that the Heart of Illinois United Way created. And then we do some activity breakouts. So they've put together a lot of different activities, both for the parents and caregivers and also as take home to do with the kids. And then we do group discussion. And I think the group discussion is honestly where attendees get the most benefit. We've received very positive feedback. It's a chance for them to talk to other people and relate with things they're dealing with, get some advice, maybe, share experiences. So that's kind of how each of our sessions run. And to date, we've done our sessions at the Peoria Playhouse. So it's been really great. The kids can play. We have, childcare there, making sure they're all behaving and having fun. And then the parents are in a classroom with us. And it's been a really great experience so far. Now I will pass to Julie.
As previously mentioned, our big partner for the Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods is the Heart of Illinois United Way. They are supporting student success with the S3 initiative. It's a collaboration with local schools to help improve attendance, academic achievement, and social and emotional learning programs. This year, we donated $8,000 in total grants, which was up last year from $5,000. These funds help for programs that target chronic absenteeism, discipline and referrals to the office, and helps rise the attendance rates. As you can see, here's a list of the different schools that we have worked with this year. Elisa Ford Allen Academy is one that you guys support as well, I hear. They have a great system there to where they even will send out teachers to go pick students up when they don't have a ride to school. Because the biggest thing is you can't help these kids if they can't get to school. And that was one of the things that amazed me. We always do a follow-up tour to see how the funds are being used and make sure it's a good use of our funds. And while we were there, they got on the intercom and said, okay, these kids aren't here, they need a driver. And they sent somebody off to go get them and bring them to school. Attendance prizes, academic goal prizes are also things that these schools do. Whittier has a great program where they have a gentleman come in and he meets with the kids and they work on social emotional learning projects for at-risk boys to make sure that they stay out of trouble and have a good male role model in their lives, which a lot of them are lacking. Annie Jewel Gordon, Ron Clark Academy support. They have attendance prizes. They have a cart that will go around to the different schools or different classrooms, and the kids can pick out different prizes to help support their behavior in classes and their attendance. Again, with Lincoln K-8 school, it's a similar project there. So a little bit on our LSPAC. We have formed a collaboration with the other junior leagues that are active in LSPAC in Illinois for further lobbying for mental health issues that are coming up through bills, and also with the other initiatives that the other leagues in Illinois have. It was really pretty exciting. Last year we got to go down to Springfield. We were kind of brought in last minute notice because we are just reviving our LSPAC committee. Some of the other leagues have had it going before, and they had set meetings with the representatives. And when they got there, you know how it is in Springfield, things change on the fly and they couldn't get in. But Peoria was able to do walk-in appointments with our local representatives, and they could not meet with theirs. So it was a great way for them to show that there's a lot of power in Peoria and we can get things done. So that got their notice, and now they're definitely into wanting to work with us to get these done. Our program is a bipartisan level. We make sure that politics don't play a factor in getting these bills pushed through. We previously assisted in implementing the legislation to require mental health screenings for junior high youth. This is something that's near and dear to me. My kids struggle with anxiety. A lot of kids struggle with anxiety. And there's a lot of families that they're just so busy working on paying the bills, making it through day to day, and these things get swept under the rug. So now that that legislation is enacted, all of these children will have to have mental health screenings. And what we are now working with the legislators is to find a path to assist on making sure that these schools do follow through on the implementation of these screenings and funding for those screenings and a path for those students, once they're identified at a high risk for suicide, anxiety, or bullying, to have a course to have counseling and help them through those issues. Now I will open the floor for anyone that has questions.
Press and hold.
Somebody will tell me the name of the place. What's the new youth mental health center? Trillium Place?
It's not new, but OSF has one card.
Okay, well, it's relatively new, whatever.
New location.
Yeah. Is Peoria at an advantage because of that, and how does that work with our local kids who need that?
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone has tried recently to get mental health counseling for their children. I have, my kids are in counseling, and the number of counselors that I called to be able to find one that would even call me back was just astounding. So the more availability that we have in Peoria, the better off our children are.
I don't know too much about the Trillium Center. I do know it was a big deal to be able to have their own facility so that children didn't have to, especially teenagers, didn't have to go to the adult wards. They were able to go to a place with other kids their age, which is important. Sorry, we're not experts on mental health. As we said, we all have different jobs. We're just volunteers.
But we do have great partners. If we're during our Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods, if there are questions that come up that are on a more high level that we can't answer, we do have contacts that we can transfer people to help them get the assistance they need and answers to those questions.
Actual mental health professionals.
Yes.
I don't have a question, I just have a comment. Back in 2003, my master's thesis was focused on lack of access to mental health services in the state of Illinois. Sadly, things have not improved at all since then, and in fact, some things have actually declined. So kudos to you for the work that you're doing, especially with the ILSPAC.
Yes, we're very excited. Illinois didn't have, they had the PAC years and years ago, but it kind of went inactive for a while, and it's hard to do it without our Chicago League because they obviously have way more members than we do. So they were kicking it back off, so we jumped on with them, and I can't remember how many leagues there are in Illinois, but I think it's all but 2 leagues are a part of the ILSPAC, which is fantastic. We're all coming together from across the state to make an impact.
So that's what my next question was about is, where are your boundaries? What are you work with Tazewell County, Woodford, I mean, what counties in the area maybe?
We just say Peoria area, so no specific, I know we've had members from Bloomington before, and mostly though when most of our youth mental health stuff we work on is usually the Tri-County area.
But anybody that wants to come to our Healthy Minds, Healthy Neighborhoods trainings is welcome to, no matter where they live.
Yes.
Are you working in the African-American communities where we have housing and that type of thing?
So yes, so like our, when we send out the notifications for our Healthy Minds programming, that goes to all of District 150 schools. So every single parent in District 150 gets notification that we are doing these sessions. And one of the reasons we picked Peoria Playhouse as our location that we do these sessions is that way it was accessible from anywhere you are in the area. And we've had people from all walks of life come to our sessions, which is great because no matter your social economic background, mental health can affect you. So we have targeted that area, especially with, so the S3 grants, those are specifically targeted and like the schools ranked higher on how much money they get based on a lot of the socioeconomic background of the school that they're in. So those tend to rank higher and get more money because they have less.
One of the big issues, I think, I'm on a board, in Black Housing Board, Pearson Hills, and is the acceptance issue. And you talk about bullying and acceptance, the importance of acceptance to most youth and adults alike create a lot of issues. Bullying, you know, and gangs, moving into gangs. If they want to be accepted, and then maybe the only way they can be accepted is to move into a gang.
Yeah, I will say the Ron Clark Academy that was mentioned on that we support with our grants, that District 150 has been sponsoring the Ron Clark Academy, and when we've gone and talked to the principals about this programming, it's fantastic and it's making a cultural difference in the schools. Kids are excited to come to school. So they're separated out into, if any Harry Potter fans in the room, they're separated into 4 houses. And so like at Annie Jo Gordon, they say 4 houses, 1 family. And the houses have like little competitions on different academic goals, attendance goals, all different kinds of goals. And they've noticed since they've been doing these programmings, the attendance is going up. There's less office referrals. It's really making an impact, and the kids want to come to school, which is so important. So if you're interested, I would definitely look up. So I'm sure there's articles about the Ron Clark Academy. I know I've looked at their website. It started in Atlanta, and it's just spreading across the country, but it's making such a big difference.
Comment from one of our Zoom attendees, Robin Barnes, that a little known fact maybe that the Junior League started the Sterling Merit Awards Banquet, which our club in the downtown club has for a long time and continues to participate in.
Yes, we did. We're very proud of that. My advisor brings it up all the time. She loves it.
I'm helping to plan the banquet this year,
Oh, great.
carrying on the tradition.